changes expected with the Niners. Nothing major announced yet. Brock Purdy is in line to get a new contract. He didn't play all that well at the end of the season, unless you're a 49er toady. You'd admit that. The 49ers star players, many of them hurt, and Brock Purdy could not elevate the players around him. Generally, that is a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. You're not all that great. You're not all that great. So Purdy is set to get paid. He can get a new contract. He's got it all mapped out. Brock Purdy has it all mapped out on the negotiations, and he talked about this. Now, I don't know if you saw this. We have some audio we're going to play here. I don't know if you saw this or not. Maybe not. But Purdy says that he would prefer to get an extension done sooner than later. Now, rather than me give you the entire quote, imagining that I'm Brock Purdy, let's go to the audio tape.
I mean, everybody's different, just with the timing of, getting something done and whatnot. For me, I want to obviously get it done. If that's an opportunity to be able to get that done quick, that'd be great. Just so we can get back for phase one, get after it with the receivers and our team, and just continue to grow. Because man, we all got to grow together. We got to come close and learn and just be the best versions of ourselves as fast as we can. And phase one is my mind of OTAs, coming back, getting all the guys back, and let's roll. Let's get after this offseason together. But with that being said, everybody's timing is a little different and stuff. But, for me, at the end of the day, I want to win. I want to win for this organization and everybody here. And I'm not the kind of guy that wants to have any kind of drama associated with anything. I'm here for this organization, for my teammates in the locker room, and I want to be very professional about it.
All right, so there's the words of Brock Purdy. Let us discuss. How do you interpret what you just heard? How do you interpret the meaning of those comments from Brock Purdy on his contract situation? So I have dog whistle, parlor game, and mother. And we will combine all of these things together, and we will go for a swim, is what we're going to do. So number one. Taking these comments at face value and realizing that most things are not as they appear, Brock Purdy understands, the 49er quarterback, his place in the universe. If you believe what he says is accurate, he understands his place in the football universe. I will say something positive. He realizes, as Benny Brightside, he realizes, Brock Purdy, that he is not the second coming of Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. He's not at that level. He's not on that line, is what it sounds like. When Purdy says that he wants to get it done quickly, he said he's not about the drama. Not about the drama. That's a tell. On this side of the microphone, that's a tell. And it's a dog whistle. Arf, arf, arf. It's a dog whistle that he's willing to take a team-friendly deal. Right? Now, here's why. He realizes that he's got to sign that contract before he plays more games, and with every bad performance, his value goes down. That's the first thing. Number two, he understands he is not the straw that stirs the drink in the Bay Area. That is not the case at all. Purdy is more like an ice cube in the cocktail. He melts when things don't go perfectly. And so he spoke with a lot of cliches. There were a lot of platitudes in the audio clip that we played, and I watched the whole news conference, and it was most of that. You could also tell that he was trying to remember what to say. He was trying to remember the script. He had been advised, Brock Purdy, on how to handle the question which he knew was coming. How do we know that? There were a lot of ums. Baby. Baby. Now, when you're having trouble communicating exactly what you want to say, the word serves as a nice little filler word as you're trying to figure out, you're scrambling. What was I supposed to say again? Oh, yeah, that's what I was supposed to say. So you get that piece of information, like talking point, your agent told you to say. Yeah, that's the ticket. To get top dollar, my experience in any business, whether entertainment-related, sports-related, any business like this, to get top dollar, you have to be willing to go somewhere else. You have to drag things out and create drama. This squeaky wheel gets a lot of grease and a lot of money. So if Brock Purdy's not willing to do that, he's not going to get top dollar. He will get a nice contract, but it will not break the bank. If he wants to be a troublemaker, a person that stirs the pot, he can get more money. All right, now we go to Minnesota. Maller Show follow-up. We told you in a previous episode of this show, rumors that were started by the rumor monger Jay Glazer on Fox of teams attempting to acquire and kicking the tires on the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin O'Connell, who is the head coach in question, O'Connell says he would like to continue as the Viking head coach. In fact, just to prove that we're not lying, we actually have the audio on this. Here is Kevin O'Connell discussing the rumors. Take a listen.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in kind of, I guess I should say, addressing the rumors.
Why not?
Or speculation. What I can tell you is I love this team.
Good.
I love everything about this organization.
Sure.
And this is where I want to be. This is where I want to keep coaching and leading.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Doesn't mean he wouldn't want to coach some other team. And you can love your team and go love another team and love coaching another team. So Kevin O'Connell attempting to make it clear that he wants to remain as the Viking coach. Odd ending, by the way, in that soundbite. I don't know who edited that, but very odd ending. Anyway, Kevin O'Connell attempting, as you heard there, to make it clear he wants to remain as the Viking coach. Does that end the speculation? Of course not. Of course not. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you want to play the parlor game, and I love playing the parlor game, of guessing where Jay Glazer got that story from. Riddle me this, Batman. A leak like that, where do you think it came from? You think the Minnesota Vikings are the ones that leaked the story that their head coach is drawing interest from other teams? Do you think the other teams that are interested in Kevin O'Connell were the ones that leaked the story? Or is it more likely that the story originated from Kevin O'Connell or a messenger pigeon sent out by Kevin O'Connell's agent? We always ask two questions when we play the parlor game of who leaked a story. Who stands to gain from the leak, and why would you leak now? The answer to both of those questions goes back. There's a direct line to Kevin O'Connell's camp. The reason that he's the answer is you leak, you gain from the leak if you're O'Connell because you're the talk of the NFL coaching carousel. You leak now for strategic reasons. This story came out on Sunday morning, many hours before the Vikings would go out and get absolutely run over, mauled by the Lions. That was a public flogging of the Minnesota Vikings by the Detroit Lions. So you say it on Sunday morning, anticipating you're not going to go out there and get your face bashed in and bludgeoned by Detroit, and you're the talk, and now you put pressure on the Vikings. You got to pay the man and all that, and so that's where we are in the story. The one thing we have learned over the years, from lying Nick Saban to all the other coaches that have lied over the years, you never, ever take what they say as the full truth. It's a version of the truth, but it's not the whole truth, and certainly nothing but the truth. That's how that goes. All right, final point. To free agency land we go, and a stunner from down under, well, at least in Southern California, Zeke Elliott. He said, fire me, fire me, fire me. I don't want to be with the Cowboys anymore. Fire me, fire me. And Jerry Jones said, okay, we'll let you go. And there was a story that Zeke Elliott wanted to play for a playoff team, and we snickered at the story and said, yeah, right, blah, 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 blah. So Zeke Elliott had this long-standing desire to leave the Cowboys and go show his true talents on a team in the playoffs. Talk about chasing a championship. So the Cowboys fired him before their loss when they allowed Marcus Mariota to drive 80-plus yards down the field, score a touchdown pass with 3 seconds on the clock. Perfect ending to a gutless Cowboys season. So Zeke Elliott gets fired, and he has agreed to a deal with the L.A. Chargers. Show me your lightning bolt. Yeah. Zeke Elliott will sign. In fact, he's already agreed to a deal. He's going to sign with the Chargers practice squad, and he will provide backfield depth. There is a shot that he ends up eligible to play, depending on a couple of things here, right away. The Chargers getting ready for a postseason game. So how surprised are you that Zeke Elliott has landed with a playoff team? His plan has worked. He's going to the Chargers. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I said anything different. I am flabbergasted by this. I'm stunned. The guy can't play. It's amazeballs. He's got to have the greatest agent in the world, a guy that we all know as fans cannot play. The guy sucks. Zeke Elliott's done. And that team in Los Angeles, the Chargers, are so horny to get a running back. Did they send, I got to know, did Zeke Elliott's agent send a sizzle reel from 7 years ago? What are we doing here? Wow. He's cooked, and he's a Charger. It's nuts. Shows you what a deep, dark place the Chargers find themselves in. Gus Edwards, the Gus Bus, he's got a bum ankle. He missed the last 2 games. J.K. Dobbins, he stinks, but he's also had knee problems. And he's been out for a bunch of games as well this year. So, in other words, you look at the Zeke Elliott story. He played it perfectly. I didn't think this was possible. He must have had this in the works, right? Must have known the Chargers were interested and other teams needed help at the running back position. It goes to show you don't, once you're good at something, you don't have to continue to be good at something. Like, imagine if you're a salesperson and you do really well, you lead the company in sales in like 2018, and then you stink for the next couple of years, but they still hire you because you were really good in 2018. And they're like, well, it was great in 2018. It's essentially what's going on here. My goodness. Zeke can thank Jim Harbaugh in La La Land for 2 things: worshiping veterans and who are washed, and the old mother, as in the necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity, the mother of invention, and Elliott, a plodding fullback at this point. Better name than game. And here he is in the NFL postseason. My only hope is the Chargers, when they lose, they will have him snap the ball on the final play of the game, just like the Cowboys did in their playoff loss a couple years back against the 49ers.